You think I like to talk about myself so much because I'm arrogant?
No.
That's the reason?
No, far
No?
Far from that.
מה נשמע? How are you doing? It's amazing. ספר כתב איש ריבי. The man that had a fight with me, he wrote a book. All of the wars that the Yetzer Hara is doing with a person, it's his life story. You know, if everything is going on well for you, look at Yitzchak Avinu for example. You can almost cannot find him in the Chumash. Like where you find Avraham and Yaakov, in all of the times that people cheated them, that people betrayed them, that they had wars, that they've been rebuked, that they had difficulties. On that, the Torah is writing. There, they're not saving ink. They can fill pages on pages, parshiot on parshiot. On Am Yisrael, what you see, all of the difficulties, all of the hard times, on the glory and on the golden days, you will not gonna see more than few verses. Okay, they sat quietly for the next 500 years. Okay, that and this is how we finish but on other 5 minutes that there was a mess over there, you're gonna see 5 pages written, and that's the Torah. Zot Torah Adam. The Torah is the person. Who is the person? Who that you show that you are. Who that you reveal that you are. And also that to know Hashem, it have to be in your vessels. This is why Rav Shalom said that the person need to believe in himself first before he can believe in Hashem. So to believe in yourself, it means to believe that Hashem is with you, even that you are like that you are. To believe in yourself, it means to believe in the mercy of Hashem on you. To believe that I have hope, that Hashem loves me enough, that Hashem don't care about my weaknesses and my lackings at all, and He loves me as I am. And I believe in myself that even me, I can do tshuva and I can make salvations with my tefillot, I can achieve things, big things, because Hashem loves me. Not because I'm a hero, because I'm strong and powerful, just because that Hashem is so mercy, so Rahman, that He loves me, even me. That's what it means to believe in yourself. So when you believe in yourself, you find yourself, you find who that you are inside, and inside of those vessels that cause faith in myself, I can believe in Hashem. Now you can see Hashem. So if a person is still denying who that he is, and he still hates himself, and he still doesn't have peace with himself, he's not hugging himself and love himself and accept himself and support himself, so he don't believe in himself yet, so he cannot believe in Hashem. He cannot see Hashem. In the end, if you're gonna believe in yourself and you're gonna find yourself, means you revealed, you carved those vessels of who that you are inside. You're gonna see Hashem Yitbarach inside of you. You're gonna recognize your Hashem Yitbarach. Means how that Hashem Yitbarach reveals Himself to you. Because Hashem Yitbarach got faces as the number of faces that there are in the world. Because He is so huge that He likes the sun, like the sun. Got so many beings, rays, so many that everyone is touching only one spot, and the rest are taking care of the rest. So Hashem Yitbarach is, the sun is darkness compared to Hashem. Hashem, when He is illuminating in so many faces. Also, a person needs to illuminate at his wife in Shin Ain Nehorin, in 370 kinds of light. So you also have that ability and that gift from Hashem to be able to eliminate, at least only to your wife even, in 370 kinds of light. You have that ability in kindness, in grace, in generosity, in sensitivity, in being caring, in being strong, in being powerful, in being nice, and 370 like those. This is when a person is not defected, is not pagum, he's illuminating. he's smiling, he's giving good feeling of confidence, of security, of honesty, of truth, of hope, of good future, of success. And all of those things are coming automatically when you let Hashem Yitbarach express Himself inside of you. How you're going to let Hashem Yitbarach express Himself inside of you? Because He's got endless lights. And you, with your vessels, can illuminate, let's say, to the wife in 370 lights. So how you going to clean yourself enough that Hashem going to reveal Himself through you? Like we said before, when you're going to stop fighting with yourself. When you're going to let yourself be who that you are. As long as you let your Yetzer Hara chase after you and blame you and fight with you and you're always in a war, you cannot express it, you cannot grow. Who can grow in a war? Who can grow, can develop in a battlefield? While he's running, while he's chasing, while he have to hide, while he had to lie, you cannot. Only when you in a solid ground, in a rich ground, and the water are coming in the right time, and the wind is coming in the right time, and you have a complete faith to accept whatever you're going through. You can accept the summer, you can accept the winter, you can be strong as a stick, as a staff, and you can be elastic like a reed that you can bend and you can stand up back again like David HaMelech, that you could be strong and you could be soft and you can accept life like that Hashem wants it to be. But if you want to achieve something, and if you have a certain goal, and you have to achieve something, and everyone are your enemies if they're stopping you, and you don't have that faith, so you don't have that power of growth, koach hagodel v'koach hatzomech, to develop and to grow. Every person have to go through difficulties in life. Everyone have to go through crises, to stress, through angers, through fears, through anxieties, lack of faith, dark times. But like that Rabbeinu is saying in Sipurei Ma'asiyot, that the day he is laughing from the night, and the night is saying, why when you're coming to the day, the night is saying to the day, why when you're coming I don't have a name? That's the question. So the day is laughing from the night means that when a person finished his test that he had from Hashem, he looks back and he said, how can it be? Why I thought that Hashem will not going to help me? So when Hashem gives you the light, so the light is laughing from the night. That day, the eyes are open and illuminated, so you can see that Hashem is with you. So the test that you went through is not a test for you anymore. You look at the test and you say, I was such a fool. Hashem helped me so many times. How could it be that I forgot Him again? Hashem was always with me, and here I see Hashem again. And so why I fail? Why I answered? I already learned that you're not supposed to answer. Why I was so scared? I already learned that you're not supposed to be scared. Why? So the day is illuminating, and when it's illuminating, the night is saying, why when you're coming I don't have a name? What that means? It means that the night, the darkness, it's not like the darkness of Egypt, vayamesh choshech, that you could feel the darkness. It was real darkness. It was physical darkness. Today the night is only because of lack of light. He'ader ha'or. Today, why we don't have light at night? Because the world itself blocks the light of the sun from illuminating the world. You all been in school, right? You know. No? National Geographic, where you learn that? Okay, everyone with his silly life experience. So the presence, the metziut, the reality of darkness is because of lack of light. He'ader or. So actually when you see that the fact that you were afraid was because that Hashem wasn't illuminating to you, so you see that there was no darkness at all. Actually, just I didn't have faith, just I forgot Hashem. So immediately in the time of test, a person needs to remind himself, Hashem is here, Hashem is with me. And then when you have faith, so then, Laila kayom yair, the night is going to illuminate like the day. And then you don't care, kachashecha, kaora, darkness, light, and you just keep on walking, keep on marching. You keep on stepping forward to your goals, to your tshuva, to your hopes, to your prayers, to Hashem Yitbarach, to Jerusalem, and you just don't give up for nothing. Okay, so it's hard. Wonderful. I remember myself once I went to do hitbodedut, and I found myself inside of a field full with thorns. Mamash, I was stuck over there, and I couldn't go back because it was too long, and I saw the road and I wanted to, but it was full with thorns over there. And I said to myself, this is your hitbodedut today. What can you do? So you cannot talk so much. You have to deal with other things today in your hitbodedut. But that's your hitbodedut, so it's okay. And I could do that. When you understand that, okay, now a friend came to me and told me that after his wife gave birth, so they had very hard 2-3 weeks. Waking up in the morning, in the middle of the night, and you cannot sleep, and need to care and to help, and the wife, she needs to rest, and you need to go, and a lot of things. Very hard for him. So I started to laugh. He asked, why you laugh? So I told him, because I remember from my life that every time that you have a hard time, the Yetzer Hara is showing to you, like, that's your life. This is how it's gonna be. This is how it's gonna stay forever. You're stuck. Look at your life. You're not learning. You're not praying. You're not going to the yeshiva. You're not doing this. Hey, it's only a week. It's only 2 weeks. It's gonna change. It can change tomorrow. Yetzer Hara, don't let you see that. In the time of test, they take your dot. They take your wisdom. You lose your wisdom. No. Now I'm stuck. What I'm gonna do? She's angry. He's angry. I don't know what to do. How I'm gonna deal without prayers, without hitbodedut, without mikveh, without. One time you lost mikveh. What happened? Why one time you haven't done your hitbodedut. What happened? Nothing happened. Twice. What happened? So you didn't go to a minyan a week. What happened? You forgot those 20 years that you never heard of the concept minyan, except if someone forced you to stand in shul for no reason? And now you lost the minyan. What happened? Hashem is laughing at you. It's a joke. The joke is on you. Why you don't see 1 meter in front of you? In the time of crisis, in the time of difficulty, a person immediately fall into sadness, into depression. Oh, now they done this to me, they done that to me. Like that story of that Rabbeinu told on the person with a copper. He had copper. He was collecting copper and he was selling copper. And when he saw the gold, so to take the gold, he had to throw away the copper. 5 minutes ago, he would fight for his life on that piece of copper because that was his parnasah. Now he threw it behind his back without thinking. And in that moment, between throwing the copper to finding the gold, to hold it, to get the gold, he doesn't have nothing in his hands. So a person is very scared to drop the copper. Because he's saying, I'm not sure I'm going to get the gold. But if you found yourself now that Hashem done that favor to you, to kick that copper from your hands, your imaginations, like that you had some security, some confidence, some I don't know which imagination, just wait a little bit more. Don't give up. No, the copper. And you run after the copper like you don't know which treasures Hashem is preparing you. You don't know. You don't know the treasures that Hashem is preparing you. Hashem is so kind. Hashem is so nice. And we need to force Hashem to reveal His kindness. We need to force Him to do that. Because Hashem Yitbarach, He Himself is in prison. He Himself is in the exile. He Himself cannot reveal Himself. David HaMelech said, Mi besari echazeh Eloka. I'm going to see Hashem from my flesh. From your life story, you can see Hashem's status, where Hashem is holding. Mordechai Yehudi was walking around Beit HaNashim, the house of the women lived over there, and they were chatting. Why? He was listening to hear the condition of the Shekhinah, the situation of the Shekhinah. From the words of women that they're talking, you can understand where the Shekhinah is holding. If the Shekhinah is happy, if the Shekhinah is afraid, if the Shekhinah is angry, if the Shekhinah... Once there was a righteous man that came with his students to a house of his Rebbe. And when they came there, they saw the Rebbe and his wife fighting, arguing, screaming on each other. So the students asked their Rebbe, Why he's not helping? Why he's not bringing peace between them, compromising? He said, when Kudsha Brichu and Shechinta are arguing, you want me to interfere? You don't hear that it's Kudsha Brichu and Shechinta arguing now? They were screaming at each other, throwing things. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is throwing the vase, and the Shechina Kedasha, she's kicking the door, and you don't know what's going on in heaven. It's a party. It's a big party going on over there. Yeah, everyone on the legs, and yeshiva, you cannot sit over there. No tiredness, no one is tired, everyone are fighting. It's a milchamta shel Torah, it's a war on the Torah. The Shechina, she's fighting on her children that are in the exile. She's fighting with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu divorced her, sent her with her children. And now he's telling them, come back. And she's saying, no, I'm not. And they're fighting. She's Maroccait, and he's a strong, strict Ashkenazi, Litvish, Bore Olam. Cannot talk to him. Cannot talk to her. She's not listening. It's a war. It's a war. It's a big bardak over there. You don't know what's going on. When you see yourself that you're going through things, you need to receive from that messages from Hashem Yitbarach on His place, on where He is holding. He is sharing with you where He is holding now in Avodat Hashem, in His place, in His exile, because He is with you and He's talking to you. And He cannot redeem Himself, He cannot save Himself. He needs you to save Him with your prayers. He needs us. En melech belo am, there is no king without a nation. We are His nation. We need to support our king. So to speak, to give power to kingship of heaven. Latet koach. Latet lo oz. Tnu oz le'elokenu. Give power to our God. We need to give power to our God. By what? By believing Him. By telling Him, you are Rahman. Why we're going to shul and we're saying, Hashem, Hashem, Kel, Rachum, V'chinu. Why? He doesn't know who He is. He doesn't remember. He does. He knows. But He cannot reveal Himself yet. Even we can say, in how you say, sograim, brackets, parentheses, don't tell, he is afraid. Even Hashem Yitbarach Himself, He is afraid. When you're afraid, you're chelek eloka mimal, Hashem is afraid also. Why? Because Hashem been hurt. You think Hashem doesn't have emotions? You think Hashem is not Ulo ben Adam, He's not a human being, Hashem is not a Hashem. Hashem created us betzalmo, in His shape. So our spiritual body, our emotional body, it's Hashem's shape. It's Him. When Am Yisrael betrayed Hashem, Hashem been hurt. Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm killing them all. I'm fighting. Moshe Rabbeinu saw through the anger of Hashem Yitbarach that Hashem Yitbarach's real will was not to destroy. But he had Yetzer Hara. Hashem Yitbarach Himself, He had Midat Adin. He had the Midah of judgments. He had Midat Adin. He had anger. Hashem is angry. How much time, how long He's angry? Kerega, as a moment. How much it takes for that moment? As the time that you say, moment, rega. That's the time that Hashem is, okay, but in that time that He's angry, He can do some stuff. It's a problem that Hashem is angry, even for a moment. It's all Gemarot. We're not making up stuff here. So Hashem Yitbarach Himself, we need to tell Him, Yichbeshu rachamecha et ka'asecha. Let your mercy overpower on your judgments, on your dinim, Hashem. You have Yetzer Hara, Hashem. You have judgments, you have dinim, Yesh alecha dinim, Hashem. You have dinim, you have judgments. So, now let's say that there's a father and a child, and the child is misbehaving, you can say that? Misbehaving? He's misbehaving. Why he behaves like that? Why? He's not talking clean, he's not learning like he should, he's not polite. Why? Because of the behavior of his father. The kid is Kara Dabua, is the leg of his father. You cannot blame the kid that he behaves and talks like he's talking, because he talks like he heard. He's like a tape recorder. He just records his parents and immediately he speaks. Every parent can see that, and every person, if he will not deny, he will see his parents inside of him playing big time. And it's frightening. You don't want that, but that's reality. You can meet your father inside of your words. You can find your mother inside of your words. You can find everyone that ever talked to you inside of your words. Your ears are open, and this is it. It's inside. If you don't have control on yourself, 100% control on yourself, you don't know when it's gonna pump out up. You don't know. It's just gonna. One day it's gonna reveal. One day it's gonna reveal. So if now we see children of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a certain place, in a certain level, and it's low, can we blame them? We cannot blame them. We need to talk to the Creator, to the Father on that. We need to come to Hashem Yitbarach and to tell Him, listen, you took us through that journey between the nations. And between the nations, we learned some stuff. We've been through some situations that gave us a rough life experience. And that's the result. This is who that we are now. What do you want from us? When we're going to come like that to Hashem Yitbarach, I'm going to tell Him, look, we're sorry, but we need your help. Hashem going to admit. Because when the father, let's give another example. If now the father, he was angry at his children, at his family, and he was angry, and he was screaming on everyone, and now he went to his office, to his room, and he locked the door. Okay? Now, people wants to come to meet the father. The children are respecting their angry father in his office, and they're saying, no, father is angry. Don't interrupt him. This is what that happened with the Haredi world for the last decades, generations. That people are saying, no, Hashem is angry, you cannot talk to Him, we need to do tshuva. We need to work on ourselves, we need to fix ourselves, we need to be righteous, we need to be good. Hashem, He is angry, He's at His office, He's at His palace, don't interrupt Him, you're not allowed to talk to Him, you're not allowed to approach Him, you have to be strict, you have to be righteous, you have to be pure, you have to be complete, you have to be this, you have to be this. And if you're not, so you're an Amaretz, and you cannot this, and you cannot that, and you're not worthy, and you don't have a share to the world to come. And all of that strictness, stacking Hashem Yitbarach in His palace, okay, and He's over there, He's not angry anymore. He wants to go out, and no one is asking Him to come. No one calls Him. And He's already waiting. What's going on? You don't care, you don't... Hey, I'm not angry anymore. Can someone call me, please? Like that story with Rav Baruch in Meshibush. He said Hashem is playing hide and seek, and no one is seeking for Him anymore. And it's reality. Hashem is hiding, and no one cares. The ones that are at the parties, they don't care, they're at the parties. The ones that are in the business world, they're in the business world, they don't care about Hashem. The ones that learn Torah, also they have Torah. What do you need Hashem for? If you have Torah, for sure you don't need Hashem. You have Torah, you have everything given you. You have your way of thinking, imagining to yourself that you have a share for the world to come also. You're righteous, you're pure. Where is Hashem? Oh, we respect Him, we don't disturb Him. He yearns to meet you. He wants you to talk to Him. He wants you to knock, to break the door. He's Melech Asur Beratim. He's handcuffed. He's in prison. He's with us in all of our contaminations. He's suffering. He needs our help. Which help? That we're going to see Him, that we're going to talk to Him, that we're going to call Him. And then He's going to come back to us. This is what He's saying to us. Shuvu elai vashuvu elechem. Come back to me and I'm going to come back to you. You need to come back to me. Knock on the door. Break the door if you need. You're my children. I'm not going to be angry. You're my children. And even if I'm going to make that angry face, so what? So why you fall into that Yetzer Hara not to believe in my kindness? So I was screaming at you. So what? Why are you so silly to think that this is me? Why you don't believe in my mercy? Why you don't believe that I love you so much? That ahavat olam ha'avtich, that my love to you is an eternal love. That I chosen you when you were part of the nations, when you were totally contaminated, when you were far from everything, when you were not keeping nothing. And then I purified you and I brought you, Keravta Otanu, you brought us closer to Mount Sinai, and you gave us the Torah, and you gave us the Shabbos, and you gave us all of the mitzvot, and then the purity started. But you chosen us when we were so far. So why is it now that we fell somehow not to a lower place than the place that we were been before? Because every Jew, Reikanim Shebach Melei Mitzvot Kerimon. The most emptiest Jews are full with mitzvot like a pomegranate. Full with mitzvot. Each and every one of us. Full with good deeds. Goodwill, amazing will. So how can you think that Hashem Yitbarach, He hates you and He is angry at you and He will not going to accept your tshuva? He already accepted your tshuva. He doesn't care about your avonot anymore. He just needs you to call Him. He just needs you to set Him free. To force Him to reveal His kindness like a father. That when He's angry at His children, He hates Himself on that. He doesn't want to be angry. Any father wants to scream at his children. He blames himself on that, and he's going and doing tshuva on that, and he's saying, why I was supposed to do that, I wanted to be so kind, and why I need to find myself in those situations again and again. Like Hashem. And if it's hard for you, there are verses to prove that. That Hashem Yitbarach Himself is saying, Oy li shenishbati ve'achshav en mi shemefer li. I regret on the fact that I made that oath and exiled my children, excommunicated my children between the nations, and now I'm looking for someone to undo it for me. V'ish chacham yechaperena, and a wise person gonna come and gonna do that. Like when you have a vow and you go to a ish chacham, to a talmid chacham, and you ask him to help you to break it and to go back to order. So it needs to come someone wise. That wise person can be you. It can be you. You in your simple hitbodedut in the field, you can have some amazing claims, ta'anot, things you're going to say to Hashem Yitbarach that's going to change the face of history forever. You don't know who you are. You don't know that you can bring Mashiach. You don't believe in yourself. That's the truth. You don't believe. You say, who? Me? No, me. Yes, you. Why? What's the problem? Why not you? Why not you? Why you think that it's supposed to be some, I don't know who? A huge Talmid Chacham, a genius. If it was supposed to be to come through geniuses, why didn't it come in the generation of the Tanaim? In the generation of the Amoraim? Why it wasn't David HaMelech? Why it wasn't the Jose Milublin? Why it wasn't all of the tzaddikim, the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, the Chatam Sofer? Why it wasn't the Gaon Mivilna? Why it wasn't the Marchal? Why it wasn't the Rambam? Why it wasn't the Abarbanel? Why it wasn't all of the tzaddikim through all of the generations? Why it wasn't the Baba Sali? Why it wasn't the Baba Chaki? Why? Why it wasn't Rabbi Ovadia? Why it wasn't Rabbi Nachman Breslev? Why it wasn't Rabbi Milubavitch? Why? Because Hashem wants it to come from us.
I don't think it's Rabbi Milubavitch.
Okay, maybe it is. We don't know nothing. Do you know? Can you sign that it's not? I don't know nothing. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's you. I don't know. Do you know who you are? Do you know that you weren't Shaul HaMelech in a different lifetime? Do you know that you weren't David HaMelech? Rabbi Chaim Vital, there was a testimony on him from one of the righteous people in his generation. Now we call him Rabbi Chaim Vital and we all admire him. Rabbi Chaim Vital was a person that was fighting with his destiny for years. He couldn't accept his importance. Ari HaKadosh was praising him, people were praising him, righteous people, old women were praising him, told him, you are this, we saw that, we had a dream on you, we saw that, an angel came and said, the righteous man came, and he couldn't accept it. One of them came to him once and told him that he is Adam HaRishon. All of the souls are the souls of Adam HaRishon, but you are the main soul of Adam HaRishon. You are Adam HaRishon himself. Ask him, who are you? Tell you, Chaim. Ask him, who are you? Chaim. What's your job? Nothing, I'm trying to do tshuva. What's your purpose in life? To do tshuva. I'm trying to learn Torah like I should. He was a simple person, but he was great. Why? Because he was humble. If you're going to work on your humility, and maybe you're already very humble, you don't know. You know my friend Nehemiah? Maybe he's Mashiach. He's humble enough to be Mashiach. He's humble enough to be Mashiach. Maybe he's Mashiach. I hope he won't be confused. You're not Mashiach, Nehemiah. He's humble enough to be Mashiach. Moshe, you cannot be Mashiach. You're humble enough to be Mashiach. Hashem Yitbarach took us through such life experience, life story, that He humiliated us so many times. So many times He's shown to us, so many times, you're zero, ata efes, you're a failure, you're so far from truth, you're so far from righteousness, from purity, from greatness, from wisdom, you're so far. That's humility. That's humility. So you want your humility to come through Gemarot, through Mishnayot, through Shulchan Aruch, through, I don't know, Zohar, Midrashim. Wonderful. But if Hashem found another way to humiliate you and to bring you to your purpose, to be humble, that you don't hold yourself as nothing anymore, so you achieved the purpose. It's hard for you to accept it because you don't believe in yourself, because you still listen to the Yetzer Hara that tells you, but you're a sinner, but you've done this, but you've done that, but Bore Olam is in charge of all of the actions, on all of the physical acts of this world. Ribon al kol ha'ma'asim. On which ma'asim He is Ribon, He is in charge. On His, He controls it Himself, it's a praise. It's humiliating to tell Him you control your actions. Ribon al kol ha'ma'asim means on all of our actions. So He brought you to do whatever you've done in your life. He is in charge of that. So who are you? You are your will. You are the soul. You are the neshama. When a person dies and went to heaven, the body worth something? Is the body, that body was breaking Shabbos, that body was boel nida, that body was eating treif, that body was doing everything, that body. You have some punishment to that body, you care about that body, it's going to be rotten in the ground. And this is it, that's his punishment. Who cares? It's not him, it's not the neshama that you come to visit in the yortzeit, that you talk to, that you light candles. It's a soul, it's a neshama, that is you. The body is not you. The body is a vehicle, it's a horse that takes you to places. And that horse is in the hands of Hashem. And who are you? You're the soul, and the soul, it's the will, it's the desire inside. If it's a holy desire of Chas Shalom, for nonsense. So maybe Hashem Yitbarach humiliated you very, very much, that He brought you to a very high place now, that you're very clean from this world, that you're very humble now, and now you're very important in heaven. So you need to work on that to see the good points that you have. To believe in yourself. You don't want people to succeed? You do. You don't want to give charity? You're broke. You don't have money. This is why you don't give. But when you have, you don't give. When you have, you don't want to give. You don't have that goodwill. You don't have generosity inside. You don't have kindness, rahmanut, mercy. You don't have it. You do. So why you hate yourself so much? Why? Accept yourself. Accept who that you are. I'm good. It's not going on well in my life. It's not smooth. It's not like I wanted it to be. But it's because of the exile. It's because of Hashem's will. It's because of the curtains. It's because of my Yetzer Hara. It's because of my body. It's because of my difficulties. It's because of other things. I'm stuck with them inside of my life. I'm trapped inside of them. But me, myself, my soul, Elokai, Neshama shenatata bi teorai. אתה בראת, אתה יצרת, it's yours. חלק אלוקא ממעל. You need to write a song, believe in yourself. Thank you. חזק ברוך.